Access subsystem. A client or employee can log in using their password details set up during the registration process. Based off their role, they will also be assigned certain functionality on the system that they are allowed to access, and this will differ based on role. The user can also reset their password by going to their profile and clicking the reset password button. Reset password will check that the password meets a minimum length of 6 characters and that the passwords do match. On save-in, we'll receive a notification telling us that we have reset our password successfully. The agent can now log out and log in with his new details. For reset forgotten password, we also aimed at getting two-way data authentication. So the system will ensure that the employee or client details exist on the system, and then we'll send a recovery link to their email. For user roles, we can also search through our user roles. We can add a new user role to the system. And we can update a user role on the system. For the agent subsystem, we have certain functionality that has to be met. Due to the nature of the business, our clients has strict protocol when accepting an agent onto the system. So the agent begins by signing up to the system. The agent will also need to upload certain documents required by the system. These include a non-disclosure and due diligence agreement. On submitting the details, the agent will receive an SMS receive a notification saying that there will be an SMS will be sent to them once their details have been viewed and accepted on the system. If the agent tries to log into the system now, the system will allow him access. However, due to his role, he'll only have functionality that allows him to see the help documents. Once an agent has submitted their details, an employee can then go view their details. By going to the View Request for Registration page. The newly entered details can be viewed, and the agent can either be accepted or declined onto the system. If the agent is accepted, then they'll be given the role of an agent. If they are declined, they will still be left with the role of requested, and they'll still have no access to any other functionality on the system. So now we can see once the agent has been accepted, then they have the functionality to add and view leads that they have submitted on the system. If an agent wishes to add a lead to the system, they can go to the Add Lead tab and fill out the information below. By selecting that they want an inspection, it just lets the employee know that later on they will need to book an inspection with the supplier so the agent can see the product. The agent can select a product category, a product type, and a product based off that category that we supply. You can also select the condition in which they would like the product to be, and add the amount which they would like to be supplied. They can then submit the lead and will be received with a notification saying the lead has been successfully submitted. On viewing leads, in order to view their leads, they can go to the View Leads tab. Once at the View Leads tab, it displays the leads that have been submitted by the agents. They can view the details of the lead, or they can cancel the lead. By cancelling the lead, the lead will be cancelled on both the employee side and the agent side, and nothing further will happen with the lead. An agent wishes to view a quote on the system, they can go to the View Leads page, click View Details on the lead that they want to view the details on, and then click View Quotes. This will load the amount submitted by the employee on the system, and then the agent has the opportunity to either accept or decline the quotes on the system. Once accepted, it will notify the employee, and then they can go forward in the process and begin to book a meeting towards finalizing the lead or complete an inspection. If declining, it usually ends at this process, and the agent will usually take their business somewhere else. When an agent wishes to view a meeting booked by an employee on the system based off a lead that they have submitted, they can go to the View Meeting page, and it will display the meeting date, the location, the start time, the end time, and the status at which the meeting is. By accepting, they agree to meet at the time specified, or they can click Reschedule to set up a date that would be better for them, that the employee can also fit into. The employee can also add an agent type to the system, search for an agent type on the system, and maintain an agent type details on the system. They do this by going to the Admin tab, moving down to Agent Type. They can search for an agent type by typing into the search bar. They can add an agent type by clicking the Add Agent Type button. We also have data integrity, which checks if the agent type already exists. can update the agent type detail. And we can delete the agent type. When an agent wishes to maintain their details, they can navigate to their profile, click the Maintain Details button, and make the relevant changes needed to their details. By clicking Save, it will save their new details, and by clicking Return, it will take them back to their profile. We developed a mobile app in order for an agent to go out and see a supplier when they requested an inspection, with an inspection checklist that they can complete to ensure that the products are of the quality that they desired. An agent begins by logging in to the app. They can then view the product and complete the inspection. If an agent realizes that they have filled in the inspection report incorrectly, they can go back and update the inspection. They can resubmit the inspection . An employee can view an agent's details by going to the Admin tab and clicking the View Agent Request for Registration. They can then use the search bar to search for the agent details they wish to see, and then click the View Details button to view that agent's details. An employee can view the leads by going to the Agent tab and clicking on the View Leads link. They can then search on this page for the lead that they wish to view. They can click the View Details to see the details of the lead. They can then add or send a request for quote by clicking the Send Request for Quote button. On this page, it will populate all the suppliers that can supply the products by the agent in the lead. By clicking the Send Request for Quote button, it will send an email to the supplier with the product name, year of make, condition, and quantity. We'll receive a notification once the request for quote is successfully sent. They can then return and capture a quote from the supplier, their selected supplier. By clicking the supplier, they select the supplier and it populates the supplier details. They can then enter the quote amount and click Submit Quote to send the quote to the agent. Once an agent has accepted the quote submitted by the employee can then proceed to book a meeting, either for an inspection or to finalize the lead, by clicking the Book Meeting button. The employee can select the date, fill in the start time and end time of the meeting, select the meeting type, enter the meeting location, and book the meeting. Once the meeting is booked, it will pop up on the calendar and will appear on the agent side to be accepted or rescheduled. Both an employee and an agent can view their schedule by going into the lead details and clicking the View Schedule button. It will show them all the meetings booked and all the meetings they have coming up for a specific lead. The last step in the process is to finalize the lead. Once the employee and the agent have met up and signed the contract, the employee can go to the lead details, click the Finalize Lead page, and select the file of the contract. They can then upload the contract by clicking the Finalize Lead button and can access the contract if needed later on. Meeting type is also fully credible in the system. By going to the admin link and clicking on the meeting type, we come to the meeting type page. By clicking the Add Meeting Type button, we can add a meeting type to the system. By clicking Save, we will add the meeting to the system. We can also search for the meeting type through the search bar. update the meeting type, and delete the meeting type. Commission is also fully CRUDable on the system. By going to the admin tab and clicking on the commission link, we come to the commission page. We have an option to download an Excel spreadsheet which can be used to calculate quote amounts based off the selected commission. We can also download a PDF to see all the current commissions we have on our system, and by clicking the add commission button we can add a new commission. We can also search for the commission through the search tab and update its details. We can also delete the commission if we're no longer using it on the system. Employee details can be added to the system by the master employee by navigating to the employee list tab and by clicking add employee. Employee details can be entered Employees can also be searched for on the system via the search bar. For an employee to update their details, it will be the same process as an agent updating their details. They'll navigate to their profile, click maintain details, and then update the relevant details through that process. Employee type can also be maintained, added, and deleted on the system and searched. We can search for an employee by employee type by typing into the search bar. We can add an employee type. Can maintain the details. And we can delete an employee type from the system. First report we can generate on the system is the lead details report. You can select a status at which the lead is and see how many leads are currently at that status. By clicking the generate report button, we'll generate the reports and see which leads are currently at the status of meeting accepted. You can also click download as PDF, which will download the reports in a PDF format. The second report we have is the agent lead history report. You can start by searching for a specific agent through the search bar. And by clicking generate reports, it will show you all the leads that the agent has submitted, including the products that they submitted on that lead. By clicking download PDF, you can download a PDF version of the reports as well. Third report we have is the product sold report. This will show you how many products have been finalized for a specific product. You can select a start time for which you want the report to be generated and an end date. By clicking the generate reports, it will generate the report for you. It shows the product and the amount of the product that has been finalized, as well as the agent name and surname. This is used for marketing, as our clients wanted to know which agents were buying the most of a certain product. So when a new product came out, he could target that individual specifically. You can also download as PDF. The fourth report we have is the agent sign-up report. There's no criteria entered for this, you just click the generate report button to generate the report. It will show all the agents that are currently signed up to the system that can submit leads on the system. You can also download a PDF version of the report if needed. The fifth report we have on the system is the products report. There's also no criteria for this, you just click the generate report button to generate the report. The report shows you all the products that we currently have on the system, grouped by category, and it shows the totals of each product. The last report we have is the supplier report. There's no criteria entered for this report, all you click is the generate report. This report shows all the suppliers that we currently have on our system. You can also download a PDF if needed. Supplier details are also fully credible on the system. By going to the supplier tab and clicking on the supplier link, we can see all the suppliers that are currently on the system. By clicking add supplier, we can add a new supplier to the system. We begin by selecting the product which they can supply. Next, the country in which they come from, the supplier name, their physical address, contact number, and their email address. We can also search for a supplier by typing into the search bar. You can also update a supplier's details. And delete the supplier details if they are no longer being used on the system. Country details are also fully credible on the system. By going to the country tab and clicking on the country link, we navigate to the country page. By clicking add country, we can add a new country. We can also search for that country through the search bar. We can update the country's details. And we can delete a country if we're no longer using it. Category, product type, and products are all credible on the system. By moving to the product tab and clicking on the product category link, we will be taken to the product category page. By clicking the add product category button, we will be allowed to add a new product category to the system. We can also search for the product category via the search bar. Updating product category details is also available. And you can delete the product category. Going back to the product tab and clicking on the product type link, we come to the product type page. By clicking add product type button, we can add a product type to the system. We select a product category from the drop-down and enter the details. We also have referential integrity to make sure that the same product isn't being added. We can search for the product type by using the search bar. We can update its details. And we can delete the product type from the system. By going back to the product tab and clicking on the product link, we'll be taken to the products page. By clicking the add product button, we'll be able to we're allowed to add a new product to the system. You can select a product type and the year of make in which it was made. You can search for the newly added product. You can update its details. And you can delete the product on the system. Condition is also fully credible in the system. By going to the admin tab and clicking on the condition link, it will take us to the conditions page. By clicking the add condition button, it will allow us to add a new condition to the system. You can also search for your condition through the search bar, update the details, and you can delete the condition.